Okay, so today I have something interesting or fun. This is from one of my tournament games. This is round one of the Mayflower Open, which was a tournament I played last year. Amon Hamilton went to this tournament, and yeah, so I was nervous being here, and right off the bat, I played an opponent who was higher rated than me, and my prep for e4, I was planning on playing like the King's Gambit or maybe the Scotch. But right off the bat, I was taken out of prep because he played d5, the Scandinavian. So, you know what? I don't know. I decided to take, and then he played knight here. This is a move I haven't seen much, but right after he played it, I remember Levy recommended this move. So I kind of got the vibe that he was basing his prep off that. So I didn't want to go into prep. I didn't want to do that. So I just say like, okay, knight f3. You can have your pawn back. It's fine. To that he said, I'm going to pin your knight. And I remember being scared because I always, in games, I tend to like get screwed over by this somehow. So I just play my bishop here, defending and making sure that I'm not getting completely screwed. And that's the time that he chooses to get his pawn back, and I know that at least I can get the tempo back on the queen like this. So now is the choice. I think the engine likes this, but right now it's suggesting this. But he ends up playing queen f5, which is actually what the engine was suggesting. There. And, okay, so I look at this position, I'm like, I just need to develop my pieces, get castled. I don't want to castle yet because I don't want him to start attacking me super hard. So I just play d3. This game is characterized by me playing really passive moves and somehow getting away with it. Then he goes knight c6. And I do this. Just developing, because these squares aren't super nice. He castles, and I play queen d2. Now, he plays e6. The idea behind e6 is he wants to put the bishop here. I knew it. I fucking knew it. So I was like, okay. Well, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to waste the tempo of moving my queen here. I'm just gonna play a3. The most passive game you can play in chess. I'm playing it right now. So, as I expected, he moves his bishop. And it's also on a passive square, so this is good for me. And so I take that time to play h3. So you can, I don't know what my setup is. My pawn structure is super passive. My pieces are all cramped and passive. His position definitely looks nicer now. But he must have decided to be fancy, because he saw this. This looks good, because his idea was, well, if you take, then I'm gonna take and ruin your day. That's true, but I don't have to take. The problem with that is I get checked at the end, right? And then my rooks aren't connected. So if I connect my rooks, you get put in this really bad position where you have to move this knight, and then, or this bishop, sorry, and then I can fork you, or you can just trade. And so he trades. And he moves his queen here. This queen stays here the entire game. This queen will never move. This queen built a home here. Unfortunately, I didn't like, yeah. So I decided to immediately break the pawn structure up because look at how weak this king is, and the engine also recommends this. But because of that, I have to play g4 now. So His next move is knight here. The idea behind this move is if I take, then he can fix his pawn structure a little bit. Okay, so I'm not gonna take. You can do whatever you want. I was a little bit scared of something like this happening, like bishop g5, and like that eventually getting my king and queen. So I actually take this time, even though this is like a silly move. And the engine actually suggests for me to fix the structure for it, which is crazy. I play king b1, just to make sure that everything's safe, it's all fine. And I know that he's happy getting my bishop. I don't care about that bishop. Who cares about that bishop? So he plays king here, trying to get his king safe and attack this open file. And to that, I move my knight, which makes him take the bishop, because it's also threatening this pawn. And I take back with the queen. And the point behind that is I'm still attacking the pawn. Yeah, I'm still the point behind that is I'm still attacking the pawn. And he plays rook here. And the idea, he didn't miss this. He knew that this pawn was hanging. He just thought if I took with the king, I'm crazy. Or with the queen, I'm crazy, because he thought here, and then I move away with this tempo, and then this looks crazy. That must have been what he's visualizing. But I do take. And so that's what he does. And I play this check. The idea behind this check is, well, the king can't go to any of these squares because I'm going to take your rook then. If you go here with it, if you go here with the king, then I'm going here and I'm getting out still. So, after takes there, check, he takes. And now my king's out. I think he plays this now. And so like his threat is, if we just make a move there, is this, right? If my queen isn't protecting this square, then I can't take because of the discovery. But you know what? My queen is there. So I'm going to take this tempo to play rook e1. Now this is a move, I guess. It doesn't really do much. So he does this to kick my queen back. And here I took a really long think. I was pretty stressed about this move. Because, you know, it's like it is a hairy situation, right? So I end up moving my queen all the way back to defend both these. And he doubles up. Okay, do it. Do it. I dare you, actually. You are dared. Because now I play b3. But what are you going to do? He doesn't know what he's going to do. So he ends up playing f6. This was the big mistake. This is the problem, okay? Because I played check. And then I calculated this out. I imagined he would do this. And then I go here. And then he wants to get his queen into the game. Oh, silly. So he plays this, because this queen is stuck. This queen's done nothing. This queen has literally been nothing this whole game. And then I look at this position. Oh. I look at this position hard. I use, it's a 90-minute games tournament. I use 20 minutes making sure I'm not crazy. And I played rook takes e6 with that. Because, okay, if you don't take my rook, I'm going to come in and I'm going to mate you. That's the idea. So you have to take the rook. So that's what he does. Okay, where's my compensation? Well, check. And he can play, like, I don't know, probably king e5 works a little bit more. It's like, yeah, he's in the center of the board. Computer thinks mate in 8. And I would have found it. And if he goes up, then he's fucked. Because I'm gonna, like, check. And then take his rook, and then take his soul. So, he plays this. Now, if you'll notice one thing, my queen guards this square, and my pawn guards this square. And with the rook e1 move, I now force him to go to f7. And once he goes to f7, I have this fork. And then it's just a dream. He eventually will have to put his king here. And then I'll take this and come here. This rook's useless, this queen's useless. So, in this position, my opponent resigned. And my rook sacrifice is a brilliant move on chess.com. So that was round 1. That's probably my favorite tournament game I've ever played. Thanks for watching.